welcome to Confidence Through Cabaret. My name is Heather.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are so glad you're here. Today is Confidence with Coffee.
Yes.
I have my coffee. I have a very large coffee today.
Oh, there's my cup.
You never have your coffee ready for
No, I do. I've got it here. It's here.
Oh, you do. Oh, you're Susie Sue. Yeah.
I'm Susie Sue, always Susie.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so
you are of the Muppets family.
We are the Muppets family. So while we're looking at this, favorite Muppet? Do you have a favorite Muppet?
Oh, I'm torn between Miss Piggy, obviously, and Animal, funnily enough.
Oh, see, I'm a Beaker fan.
Oh, Becca. He's just so sweet.
Yeah. And I do love Zoot. I love Zoot's silence because he's the antithesis of me. And also he plays the sax, which is cool. So,
this is very true.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I love them all. There's some men in the balcony. Let's
like Gonzo as well. I love Gonzo.
I like Gonzo.
Oh, I like Gonzo. He's just funny. He's just fun. I enjoy him.
I think I am. If I was a Muppet,
yeah,
I would be. I mean, I would be Ernie, no question. I know that's Sesame Street, but that's still a Muppet. That's the original Muppet.
See, I was going to say, can we bring in some of the Sesame Street ones? Because clearly, obviously, my favorite is Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, I see that for you.
Yeah, trash.
But Ernie, oh wow! I did not go there. You went there.
I am a member of the Garbage family. I am proud trash.
Okay. That's cool. See, I'm Ernie. I just like to the ultimate irritant. Anything that's like messing with people's head is just amusing to me. I still love watching Ernie. He is my guru. He is. I aspire to be Ernie. So I on a good day, I am channeling Ernie.
Quickly.
So we were talking, speaking of caricatures and characters, and we were talking to the gorgeous, fabulous Becca Rich.
Isabella Crono.
Isabella Crono. So we were asking our very often asked question, which is about if you had a stage name, what is your stage name? And often those characters come out, and we know who we are inside and what that stage character or persona is. And we talk a lot about that in our Confidence Through Cabaret community. In fact, if you haven't joined our community, please do join the community and then go to the unit section and check out that all caps challenge. But it is that kind of like, what are the characteristics to bring out in yourself that really embody who and what you want to put out there. And so we asked the beautiful Becca about what would your stage name be, and we shared kind of how we came up with our names, and we arrived at a great name for Isabella. So go and check out the podcast. It is wherever you get your podcast, Confidence Through Cabaret. Or you can go to our landing page, confidencethroughcabaret.com, and it's on there, which is also where you might be finding this as well. So yeah, all of our content from our videos to our blogs to our anything that is content, you'll find on confidencethroughcabaret.com. So Becca, holistic time management.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. This is a really interesting masterclass and podcast that we've done with Becca. I really was excited about this. It was fun. Very interesting. And she brought up some really, really evocative points. She brought up some really evocative points.
Yeah, and the whole kind of, we like to talk quite a lot about man-made constructs and how we don't even question them, and that the time is real. I've known for a long time, and I understand the concepts that Becca was sharing with us, and yet at the same time I went into this, well, yes, but in my work time I like to structure these things, and in my own time, and she went, so that's, well, actually, let's just listen.
Yeah, so I think that the journey can start in two different ways. Like I talked about in the master class with your values and figuring out like who are you at your core, not who you are when you're busy, not who you are when you're working, like who you actually are. And that in itself is a discovery, like takes our whole lifetime. And I don't even know, to be honest, if we ever actually can like sit down and like write an essay on like who we are. But and that's why I love time, is because technically time is this measure of change. It's this thing that evolves and morphs and lives and breathes on its own. And so as we evolve, as we get to know ourselves in each moment, like each millisecond, we have a choice to spend our time in alignment with who we believe we are in that moment.
So
So told.
So told, yes, compartmentalization. So
Yeah.
how was that for you?
I
What was
mean,
that like?
because I'm so used to structuring my work day, which is not 9 to 5. It never has been. It's never
Sure.
been a Monday to Friday thing.
Mhm.
It's always kind of fit around my family because,
Yeah.
that's, and my highest value is family. So I fit that in first, and then I make work fit around it.
Mhm.
But I don't have a boundary for time, in that I schedule too much into my time for work, and then it ends up eating into all the time that I might have had left for me, which is so often the case, and I still struggle with that. But
Yeah.
it was funny to think, oh, so I shouldn't compartmentalize. Like, this is what I do in my workday, and then because we talk about this every day,
Yeah.
right? Like, we
Yeah.
sort of say, okay, right, it's this time. Usually, it's 9 p.m. in the UK,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna come off social media, and then I sneak in another hour or two, and then because I haven't done enough, which is
Right.
ridiculous. But I do enjoy it, and so it's not like it feels like, oh, I have to do more. It's like, oh, but I
Yeah.
want to do it more, and so I get onto social media and I start engaging with people about confidence, and so, but I think then it's like, oh, so what are you going to do? That we always ask each other this.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do this evening
Yeah.
with our downtime? So almost as if we now have a new schedule,
Yeah.
instead of looking at the whole life thing
Yeah.
and saying, so
Yeah.
how does this serve our whole life?
Yeah.
And I genuinely think that it will change the model of Confidence Through Cabaret,
Mhm.
in that, because we started off with a set of values.
Yeah.
We need to revisit those and look at how are we aligning our activity, our whole life activity, to those values
Yeah.
and to our own personal values.
Mhm.
And almost kind of plan it backwards from, these are our values, what are we doing that contributes to those, and which ones of those are we neglecting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than, how much can we fit in by Thursday?
Yeah.
Let's cram a whole bunch of stuff so that we're a little bit ahead, and we do work ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
we're good at that bit, so we have things ready in advance.
Yeah.
But then we seem to, let's do a little bit more, and then what are you doing with your evening and your downtime, which is
I fully
crazy.
love, by the way, that it was like, oh, that we go, what are we doing with our evening at 9 p.m. every night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's even later, and it's, but I think, like, so for me, we launched our self-love challenge,
Yes.
which will also be in the units in Confidence Through Cabaret community on
Yeah.
Facebook, so you can check those out. But and whenever you find this is great. But we talked about kind of embracing our body,
Mm.
and so part of me can sort of say, oh, I think I'm just going to take the evening and just sit and chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in line with our values and the fact that the whole thing is encompassing, we spent the day connecting with people, we spent
Yeah.
the day sharing and learning and
Yeah.
valuing, and we've touched people and they've touched us, and I need to do more work in my body, so
Yeah.
I will do the amazing Alice Zephyrs.
Oh, yes.
Actually in a few minutes, because it
Yeah.
is actually after 7 as we film
Yeah.
this. So we're not compartmentalizing our time, right? Because we started late in the day, right? We had our own
Yeah.
morning. That was all part of our day. We've
Yeah.
had little breaks, little and often.
Yeah.
And now it's time to move in my body. And see,
Mhm.
so part of me goes, yeah, but I should stop, and then I should, have some time to myself. That is time to myself.
That is, yeah. That's the
And
whole
that
point
is
of it.
moving in our body and feeling in our body and feeling how we feel. I mean, that's not separate to work, because
No.
that's what we're talking about with Confidence Through Cabaret.
Yeah.
And yet it so it isn't work, but we need to sort of, just move through our day with flow instead of compartmentalizing and saying we
Yeah.
work from 9 till 5 or from 1 till 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not really about compartmentalizing those things. The
Mm.
only time that we have to plan is when it is a time thing. So
Yeah.
when a class starts, or
What time a
what
meeting is,
a
or
meeting
yeah.
is, or that's all we're doing with time is creating a common language, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, it's all about just sort of, yeah, providing some sort of common ground in lots of ways.
Mhm.
And we need to, well, not need to, but I think with this adds to a whole restructuring, excuse me, restructuring of how we, not of how we divide that, but of how we view it at all. And I think that's really interesting. Honestly, if you haven't had a chance to go and listen to the podcast with Becca yet, please do, because there's quite a few like mind blown moments. There's some really interesting discussions on that, and based off, because we've spoiler alert, recorded the podcast and the masterclass shortly after another, and it's been such an interesting kind of deep dive in lots of ways into different things, and flipping the script is kind of Becca's sort of raison d'etre, I guess, because she really does like explode a couple of different concepts that we have around things, and she really pushes. The thing that I really enjoy about her model, and you'll learn more about this in the masterclass and in the podcast, is that she puts compassion first in her planning, which is just not. It sounds ridiculous, but it's to say this, but I'd never considered putting compassion into a day plan or a division of time,
Well,
And
that's one of her primary values,
yeah.
right? So if you say that that's your primary value, then
Mm.
everything should center around it. My primary value, certainly when my children were younger, is family.
Mm.
And so everything works around it. And I created a whole business for 25
Yeah.
years just around how can I make more time to be with my family and to be
Yeah.
there at times when it suits me. And so I could set my own schedule and things. But
Yeah.
it is that kind of, if it's compassion or whatever your core values are,
Yeah.
is that should be driving
Yeah.
everything else,
Yeah. Absolutely.
not time in
Yeah.
itself. And I loved that, while we were with Becca, because we were with her for quite a while in the two recordings.
Yeah.
So you can find the masterclass on confidencethroughcabaret.com. Just, you need to create a profile, and then you can see the masterclass, and you can follow along on her methods with the workbook. And then the podcast again is anywhere you find Confidence Through Cabaret, on podcasts, or confidencethroughcabaret.com. On the landing page you can have all that content for free. But what I love is that Becca was growing with us.
Yeah.
Like, there were at least 2 or 3 moments for her too, do you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And that's because she lives by her value, and she's not sort of like on message. She's decided her message. It's actually, I'm living by my values.
Yeah.
And that just blew my mind. And now let me blow your mind. And there was just this flow.
Yeah, it was really lovely, especially, and as you're right, it's so tied into her view of various aspects, but specifically time, because she refers to time as being a nebulous kind of breathing thing, something that's not fixed. It is its own entity. And I think that was really interesting, because it shows her approach, as you say, to so many different things. It's really exciting, actually.
It is. Yes, we love this. Join us for a whole host of podcasts, video logs, video podcasts, blogs, podcasts we've appeared on, articles on confidencethroughcabaret.com. We are on all the socials as Confidence Through Cabaret, except for Twitter, which is at YB, YW, YS, those 6 little letters. And I am on Clubhouse at Heather YBYWYS, all the 6 letters again. Thank you for joining us here. Like and subscribe below if you're following us on YouTube, or comment below wherever you are on IGTV or on our website, or anywhere where you're watching this. Please do go check out our podcast and enjoy that, and subscribe if you're on a channel. And we will see you again tomorrow for Work It Out Thursday. My name is Heather.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are reminding you that it is your body,
your world, your stage.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody. Goodbye.